Hey guys, it's Aaron Entertainment. A with Arland Entertainment, bring you another episode of It's All About the Pop, which is episode 12. And I gotta edit this title, which I will after this video. I'll edit the title because I don't know why I put an M there, but that will be edited. So yeah, okay. I just noticed that now. My bad. So guys, so episode 12. So we got some things to talk about. Let's go through the list here. We gotta talk about WandaVision episode 4. That really took the series to a whole new level. I'll give you my thoughts. The Snyder Cut Justice League. We have confirmation on the rating of what the rating for the movie is gonna be. There's a Zack Snyder released a picture that looks that could be the Joker, and I'll show you the picture, and I'll go through it and give you my thoughts about it. And then Suicide Squad synopsis has come out. I'll talk about and go through it. So it's just comic book heavy, mostly DC related heavy. The Justice League, Joker picture, and Suicide Squad synopsis, which I'll use an article from IGN because I shall be using for this. I have the picture for the Joker. I'll be showing that when the time comes up. So yeah, guys. Let's start beginning, man. This is, as I said, this is more heavily DC related, but we gotta start talking about WandaVision episode 4, guys. Episode 4. Now this episode really took the show to a new level. More information came out of the show. So we see now that is it Monica? Monica Rambeau, right? I think it's Monica Rambeau. She's a daughter of Carol Danvers' friend from the first Captain Marvel movie. She's a daughter of her friend there. So she wakes up from the blip, which is from the Thanos, with the gauntlet, became half the population disappear, and then Hawk and Endgame wishes everybody back. So she comes back. So this takes place 3 weeks after that, after the end of Endgame, 3 weeks after that. So she comes back from the blip. She works her sword. She realizes her mother has passed away. And her superiors tell her that she's gonna work on a job with the FBI of this mysterious town, the disappearance of this mysterious town that disappeared that cannot be seen. And so she goes to where the FBI is on the highway and the border of this town, which this town is supposed to be. And who happens to be an FBI there? Jimmy Woo. And if you don't remember who Jimmy Woo is the FBI agent in charge of making sure that Scott Lang, Ant-Man in the Ant-Man and the Wasp, was under house arrest for his involvement in the Civil War movie, being on Captain America's side, right? So he was under house arrest for that. So that's Jimmy Woo, the FBI agent, the comedy guy. So that's Jimmy Woo. So Monica Rambeau's hands on this thing. It's like a force field or some sort, a portal or something. So she goes in. Jimmy Woo doesn't. That's how Monica Rambeau gets into the WandaVision. She mentions Ultron. That pisses off WandaVision because that brings back memories. Ultron killed Wanda's brother, Quicksilver. That pissed her off. So that sent her back. But let's get back to this episode. So we see Sword bringing in a bunch of high intelligent people, doctors, physicists, engineers. One of them was an astrophysicist or something, and that's Darcy Lewis from the Thor movies, Thor 1 and Thor 2. So Darcy Lewis is a made-up character for the MCU. She's not in the comic books at all. So at that point, she was a research assistant with Jane Foster, right? Natalie Portman's character. But now she's a doctor. So they bring her in to help with this case. Her and Jimmy Woo team up. They're watching a video of WandaVision on a sitcom or something. And they try to reach her and stuff. And that incident with the guy with the bee, apparently he was a sword person who managed to go under the sewer and arrive in and climb up out of the sewer into that but a different into a different reality. When you go into that WandaVision, you go into WandaVision, that town where Wanda kind of hid or is living in, is a different reality for a person, right? My theory is, see, Wanda's lost a lot in the Avengers movies. Her brother was murdered by Ultron. She's so to the side. Right? He's on Tony Stark's team. Together for a little bit, for a limited time they're allowed. And then in Infinity War, because Vision has one of the Infinity Stones dodged into his head and his forehead. I think it was not the Reality Stone. Mind Stone, I think it is. The Mind Stone. If I'm correct, I'm not 100% sure. Somebody correct me on that, but I do think it's the Mind Stone. The Mind Stone, yeah, it's the Mind Stone. And Thanos needs that to complete his gauntlet. That was the last stone Thanos got, so he managed to kill Vision, and obviously losing Vision, and Wanda got snapped too into the blip. So she lost two important characters she loved in MCU, and I think this is that her creating this village, making it invisible, having her own reality, bringing some form of Vision. It's not Vision's body back from the dead. That's disgusting. I think this is her dealing with her grief, trying to deal with her grief from losing the people she loved, Quicksilver, her brother, and Vision, the person she was loving. I think this is her dealing with grief, and this is the only way she can. Because remember, at the end of Endgame, there was a scene right when she came back. There's a scene. She's looking. There's a scene with her trying to remember Vision and stuff. She was upset. So I think after 3 weeks, this is her trying to get away and create this reality for herself. Like if she's happy. So this is her trying to get over everything. This is her grief. And you can see some anger in her. And we'll see with episode 5, right? We'll see episode 5 about how Darcy and Jimmy Woo, Monica Rambeau, we'll see how they try to get through to Wanda, how they deal with her grief, maybe try to convince her it's okay, you don't have to go this road, stuff like that. And apparently, according to Disney or MCU, that they're planning to have a huge Luke Skywalker reveal. That's referring to Mandalorian last episode when Luke Skywalker arrived in the Mandalorian at the ending. Nobody saw that coming. So they're teasing that. We could have a whole bunch of characters. We could go from somebody we will recognize, but it's on a Luke Skywalker iconic reveal. So we could speculate it could be something from X-Men. There's rumors of Quicksilver, Evan Pierce is going to be in it. But I don't know if he's going to be the Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. We'll see. But that's going on. So it's Friday tomorrow. It's episode 5 of WandaVision. So I hope you're up. I hope you enjoy it, because I've been enjoying the show a lot too. Now let's talk to some other news. Now this is getting to the DC part. So let's talk about this news. So this is probably a short video, guys. Like it's all about the pop videos are usually shorter than my it's all about wrestling and why we love sports videos. Those usually go 55 to an hour. This usually goes about 40 to 50, sometimes over 50. So be aware of that. Unless you have something to question or something to talk about in the comments, I'll be sure to talk about it or answer it. So far, no comments. But let's go to Justice League. So it's been confirmed that the Justice League Snyder Cut, the one coming out on March 18th, So be on the lookout. We know it's HBO Max. I know in my country in Canada we're getting on Crave TV, but if you're international, be on the lookout for when it's going to appear on your TV, so wherever, on your whatever streaming service or whatever your country provides for you. So we know it's coming out March 18th, right? Justice League Snyder Cut. Almost here. But we also know that now we're getting a rating, right? And it's been confirmed that the movie is going to be rated R. It's been confirmed. 100% confirmed. You can look it up, but it's been 100% confirmed. Okay? So, personally, I don't think this needs to be rated R, but I really don't care because I just don't care about the rating. If you have a good story, good action scenes, movies don't need to be rated R. Not every movie needs to be rated R. I don't think this needs to be rated R, but personally, like I said, I don't care if it's rated R or PG-13. It has to be either one. It can't be PG, obviously. It has to be PG-13 or rated R. But, yeah, so this movie is going to be rated R. 100% confirmed. Because we know there's going to be violence. That's obvious. We know there's a little bit of swearing. And, like in PG-13 movies, you can say ass, dick, right? I hope I don't get monetized for that. But in rated R movies, you can say the F word more. And I assume it's going to be the F word. F word is going to be used more in this movie. It's PG-13, so you can hear the F word once in a while, but rated R you can hear it more. And obviously there's going to be violence, but it'll be more gory violence. So like maybe arms cut off, legs cut off, lots of blood, swearing. No sex. I don't think it's going to be a sex. There's not going to be a sex. Don't worry. We only sex in this, but it has to be rated R due to the tone of language, the language you're going to use, and some of the action, some of the violence. That's why I think that's the reason it's rated R. Personally, I think you get away with a PG-13, but I really don't care if it's PG-13 rated R because, to me, it all depends on the story, how good the story is. Because the one thing that Justice League, or the Justice League, based off Joss Whedon, we had the Justice League in 2017. There was a lot of jokes aside, and the dialogue was not good. It was not a good movie. Let's face it, it was not a good movie. Even the hardcore DC fans will tell you it's not a good movie. And I believe this will be a better movie because I believe this is Zack Snyder's vision, not Warner Brothers' vision, because Warner Brothers' vision has fucked it up, man. They really took the reins from Zack Snyder and tried to make it their own way, and it's not gone well. Wonder Woman, the first movie has gone well. I think they didn't interfere there. I think Aquaman movie is good. I like the Aquaman movie. Shazam wasn't bad. It's a popcorn flick. What else? Suicide Squad. Okay, that was a bad movie. Like I didn't mind Suicide Squad, but some of the things in Suicide Squad, like the villain and the ending, no, that's the worst part of the movie. But when it came to Justice League, the big movies in the DCEU, Justice League specifically, they're trying to interfere a lot, and it's really hurt. It's really hurt Warner Brothers overall. To be honest with you, and they really took it away from Zack Snyder's vision of what he wanted to build in this memory. Man of Steel. I know a lot of people didn't like Man of Steel. I thought Man of Steel was a phenomenal movie. Man of Steel was a good movie. Yeah, some people didn't like BVS. I like BVS. Like there are some plot holes in BVS, but the extended edition really helped me understand BVS more, and I like BVS. Now that Justice League. Now that's where it really sucked. And the hardcore DCU fans, like I know people that have listened to videos like Poindexter Silence, Enoch, and he's a huge supporter of Zack Snyder. And he likes the DC movies, but he did not like that movie. That movie really sucked. And what happened was they took the vision from Zack Snyder and they made it lighthearted. It's like I don't mind lightheartedness, but that movie had to be a little bit darker. Like Batman, they really fucked up Batman. Batman was so good in BVS. They fucked up Batman, that Justice League movie. Superman was a joke with the mustache. I think Wonder Woman again is much. Wonder Woman of the characters was okay. The Flash, Ezra Miller, okay. They did some story with him and his father, but they could have done more. Ray Fisher's character, Cyborg, they should have done a lot more. And in this Zack Snyder Justice League, they're gonna do more. They're gonna focus on them. Aquaman, okay, but the tone and the comedy and the stuff They made Batman a joke. Like, Batman was joking lots of the times in the movie, and like, I don't like Batman joking. Like, oh, I think I'm bleeding. I'm turning. Yep, I'm bleeding. What the fuck? You're Batman. Of course you'd be bleeding after taking a blow from Superman like that. Yeah, Warner Bros. Really fucked it up. Fucked up the whole DCU since taking it away from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder had a great vision. Great vision. Good vision. And they took it away, and the problems Ray Fisher's having them, the problems internally with Warner Brothers. And they have all these plans for future movies, right? Black Adam, the Flashpoint for Flash. If they ever make those, like they've been planning to make a Flash movie for what, like 5-6 years, and they like changed like 3 or 4 directors. They kind of interfered in the Wonder Woman '84 movie, and I like the movie, but there's some huge plot holes. Huge plot holes in that movie, and a lot of people didn't like it. Didn't get well received. It was clearly a popcorn fix. They wanted to make that a lighthearted movie. The tone was completely different from the first Wonder Woman movie. Completely different. From the first Wonder Woman movie, it was darker, but it had Wonder Woman naive, thinking the world like the reason men or whatever the evils in the world is because of Ares, but she figured out it was because men makes choices and stuff. And I just don't mean men and men. I mean like men and women make choices that are good or bad. And she's a little bit naive because she's been on Paradise Island and Mascara her whole life, and she's been told that Ares is responsible for all this, which is Ares is responsible for the war, but not always the actions of men. And the tone was darker. It was during World War One, obviously, but '84 it was a lighthearted movie, and there was some funny stuff in that movie, jokes, and they made a lighthearted movie to make a popcorn fix. But I understand the tone was. I understand what the movie was going for. That you can't lie and cheat to get what you want, or there's gonna be consequences. I get that, and I liked it. I liked it. What the story was telling us. But there's a lot of things in that movie that were very cheesy. But that's back to but that doesn't mean for the Justice League again. I don't know how the Snyder. I don't know how Snyder Cut Justice League is gonna. How it's gonna be in tune with these DC movies are out now, because if this movie Justice League Snyder Cut Justice League movie, if it's good, everybody said hope it is. That could have changed the whole thing with these movies, the DCU movie, like the Wonder Woman 17. That's always coming up, but Aquaman, all that, it could have changed the whole future of DC movies. We would have possibly different movies, if you understand what I mean. And we could have different tones of movies. But, yeah, Warner Brothers, they have to interfere in everything. Everything they have to get their hands into. This is what I like about the MCU and Disney. Disney's like, oh, we're not interfering in the MCU. We got Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige hires the directors, the actors, and you know what? Yeah, he gets involved, but he lets the directors have free reign. Of course, yeah, with the movies, each movie is the Avenger movies, but any other characters movies, like the Thor movies, Ant-Man movies, whatever, you know what I mean. Of course, you have to kind of relate to the Avengers movies. They have to all add up to Avengers movies, especially Endgame and Infinity War. But he doesn't interfere like with the direction. He wants the direction means he wants to get them all involved in the Endgame so they can start Phase 4. But you could tell there's not a lot of interference and like, no, I don't want that. I want this. I want that. I don't want too much interference. And it looks like it's good. It looks like the MCU has it figured out. They know what they're doing. Warner Brothers, I don't think knows what they're doing. I think they have too much interference, telling the directors what to do. Here's my thing. I think Warner Brothers is trying to catch up to the MCU rather quickly, and that's a problem. when you try to fast track stuff like that, it will hurt you more than it will help you. And MCU is successful. Okay, well, yeah, it was very successful. Warner Brothers, you don't have to try to quicken your pace to catch up to them. Just build up on your own pace, guys. I'm a DC fan, Marvel fan. I'll see the Warner Brothers. I'll see the DC movies no matter how quick, no matter how fast they make the movies. It's not a competition with MCU, and that's what they're trying to do. A competition with MCU, and that's a mistake, because MCU has their shit together, and Warner Brothers doesn't. MCU is stable. Warner Brothers, not stable. They don't have a stable vision. They say they have a vision, but it doesn't look stable. Their vision always changes year to year. But yeah, guys, that's enough about Warner Brothers. I know I was talking about Justice League Snyder Cut being rated R, which I like. That's enough about MCU versus DCU. Yeah, and we get the movie, and I agree with John Campia on one thing. I think the CW Arrowverse, Arrow is over. I think that's coming to an end soon. Supergirl is ending. Black Lightning is ending. The only shows are the Flash. Flash is not ending, but I don't think it's gonna last that long either. I like the Flash. It's my favorite series of the Arrowverse. But as the seasons went on, I thought it went really downhill. The first 2 seasons are great. I did like the third season of Avatar, and then DeVoe in the 5th season. The 4th season. Okay, and then when he went downhill from there, Reverse Flash, Tom Cavanaugh was great. Reverse Flash, great villain. But I really feel that Flash is on his last legs too. I don't know if they're gonna go 8 seasons. I think 7 might be the last. They haven't confirmed it. Supergirl's on his last legs. Maybe Batwoman season 2 still has a Troster writing, not writing. I don't know how long that's gonna. I hate how to use one of my favorite characters in Batman lore, who's I guess is almost 20 years old in Batman lore. It's one of the relatively young characters, if you think about it. And that's Hush. Tell me, I hate how they used Hush and Batwoman from first season in this season. It's terrible. Especially this season, the season opener. It's terrible. This is not Hush. I'm sorry. The character, his name is Tommy Elliott. He's not Hush. He's not obviously Hush in this show. But this is not Tommy. Tommy Elliott doesn't think like this. This is not Hush. They made him a wimp in this shit show. I hate it. I hate how they use Hush. Hush should not be in this show. Write him off. I don't kill him. Kill him off. I don't care. Kill him off or something. Because I don't like how they use Hush and the Batwoman. Fuck, man. It's terrible. Parading well as Bruce Wayne. And all of a sudden, the first season episode of season 2, they get him back on Arkham. It's so fucking stupid. If I was writing Hush, I write him for Batman movies or something. I write him closely related to the comics, not the way they wrote Hush in Batwoman, because that pissed me off. I watched the season opener, season 2. That really pissed me off about Hush, one of my favorite characters. That really pissed me off. And I don't think Batman will survive 2 seasons. I was on the fence. It's not because of who the cast is replacing Kane, Ruby Rose. It's nothing to do with her color. It's nothing to do with their sexual orientation. It has something to do with the writing of the show. And that's it. It's atrocious. It's an atrocious show. They don't use the Batman. They don't use the Batman villains. They don't use them right in this show. Like Hush. I don't know what else they use. I think that's the only one I can think of major. It's really badly how they use Hush. I'm sorry, Tommy Elliott. Just get him off the show, man. Leave him in Arkham and never to be seen again, because they really pissed me off about Hush. And I wasn't really going to talk about that, but I just had to. I had to get that off my chest, man. I should have talked about 2 or 3 weeks ago on the previous episode of It's All About the Pop, but I didn't. So let's go to some happier topics. So we know the Joker. The Joker is giving me the Snyder cut. Recently, Zack Snyder released a picture of the Joker and what he might look like. So I'm going to show you the picture, guys. Here's a picture. You can't really see his face, but like it's blurry. But it looks like this vision of this Joker compared to Jared Leto Joker and Suicide Squad, it's completely different. You see he has some hair in the various faces, and there's a Joker card. So my theory is here, you can tell, I don't know why he's wearing here, but it might be a straitjacket. Because if he's in Arkham, it's a very wise decision to put him in a straitjacket. So I do think it's a straitjacket he's in. He has a long hair, okay, green long hair, and then we don't know what this face looks like, but I assume that's green hair. Joker card. That's somebody's glove, and it's not the Joker. I'm telling you, that's not the Joker's glove. That's not the Joker holding up the card. Yes, it's a Joker card, like a calling card. I think it's either Deathstroke or Lex Luthor, because they're both in the movie trying to recruit Joker. Or, that could be somebody else's glove, but I think it's either Deathstroke or Lex Luthor trying to recruit Joker. They got his card somehow, and they're in Arkham, because Lex Luthor has power. And they're like, you got your card, or something. So, I do think this is Joker in Arkham, because I do think he's wearing a straitjacket, and I do think it's Deathstroke or Lex Luthor. God's calling card, the Joker card. Yes, we got your card. We're here to break you out, something like that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That's my interpretation about it. You could look for yourself, figure out for yourself what this picture means. Tell me in the comments below what you think this means. But yeah, that's what I think. I think it's a straitjacket in Arkham. But that's awesome. So other news: Suicide Squad plot synopsis came out, and then I memorized it. But the title is Suicide Squad plot synopsis confirms Corto Maltese setting, and we're gonna take a look at it from the IGN. So, buckle up, guys. Let's take a look. So I see here, as I read, Suicide Squad plot synopsis confirms Corto Maltese setting. Visit sunny, blood-soaked Corto Maltese this summer. So we know the movie's coming out this summer. So they released the plot synopsis from James Gunn, who directed the Guardians of the Galaxies 1 and 2. This is to be so here's the full synopsis. Welcome to Hell, aka Bellweave, the prison with the highest mortality rate in the US of A, where the world's worst supervillains are kept and where they'll do anything to get out, even join the super secret, super shady Task Force X. Today, Do or Die assignment, a seminal collection of cons, including Bloodsport, Peacemaker, Captain Boomerang, Ratcatcher 2, Savant, King Shark, Blackguard, Javelin, and everyone else's favorite psycho, Harley Quinn. Then arm them heavily and drop them literally on a remote enemy-infused island of Corto Maltese, trekking through a jungle teeming with militant adversaries and guerrilla forces at every turn. The squad is on a search to destroy mission with only Colonel Rick Flag on the ground to make them behave, and Amanda Waller's government techies in their ears tracking their every movement. As always, one wrong move, and they are dead. Whether it's the hands of their opponents, a teammate, or Waller herself. If anyone's laying down bets, the smart money is against them, all of them. So, I believe Starro is the villain. He can control people. Starro. So, and if you don't know Starro, I'll show you a picture of Starro. You know, Starro's not in. I'll show you a picture of Starro real quick, guys. So yeah, so that's what I think. So I'll show you, and I'll show you a picture of Starro. Just a minute, guys. Starro. This is Starro. It's a giant starfish. But Starro has the ability to control people, so I think it's controlling these militants, adversaries on one side and the other side, where the Suicide Squad has to come in and stop this on this remote island called the Maltese. That's what I think the plot synopsis is trying to describe. It hasn't. But that's what I believe there is. See, here's a new synopsis. Doesn't reveal exactly why Rick Flag and Task Force is sent to call the Maltese, but it sounds like the team is being dispatched to hunt down and either destroy or retrieve an important artifact. But I think Starro is the main villain, while using the carnage of the Civil War as a cover for their operation. Are they searching for some sort of doomsday weapon, a powerful relic like Eclipso's gem or Green Lantern's ring? That is no. I don't think it's either of those. I don't think it's Eclipso's gem or Green Lantern's ring. But it might be going for. I think they're gonna find out that it's Starro. So this is Starro, guys. Apparently that's the main villain in this movie. They have to stop Starro. But I don't think that's not they're going for an artifact. You're gonna get involved in the Civil War, but I think the Civil War is being controlled by Starro. And yeah. Now, so some returning characters is Boomerang, Harley Quinn, Rick Flag. No Deadshot, no Diablo, no Katana, no Killer Croc from the original Suicide Squad. I don't think this is actually a sequel to that movie. Yeah, I don't think it's a sequel to the movie. I like the director James Gunn. I like how he directed Guardians of the Galaxy. If he could direct it, if same style direct Guardians of the Galaxy with Suicide Squad, it's gonna be a good movie. Like, no disrespect to David Ayers, you can tell there's a lot of studio interference in David Ayers, and it appeared in the original Suicide Squad. I want to see if the David Ayers cut of Suicide Squad will ever get made and released because I'm intrigued by it. I'll watch it like Zack Snyder cut. If they do it for David Ayers, I'll definitely watch the Ayers cut of Suicide Squad. Release the Ayers cut. And now we know that confirmation. I never seen this movie. I'm a DCE fan, but I've never seen Birds of Prey and Test with the Harley Quinn, right? From last, I haven't seen. I gotta go watch it. But from what I read on the internet, the director, young director, first time director, was also interfered by the studio. There was studio interference involved with their movie. Like another Warner Brothers getting involved, and a rookie this time. Well, it's Warner Brothers. They like to get involved in everything. Like they push their authority, push their power. Let the directors do what they do best. And direct their vision. I know that you want to have your vision. If you behave like this, getting too much interference, nobody's going to work for you. Okay? Nobody's going to work for you. Just take a look at this Joker. Isn't it awesome? Kind of looks like it looks like the Joker from Arthur Fleck from the Joker movie. With Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker. Kind of looks like that, huh? What if it's him, not Jared Leto? Honestly, but that movie is amazing. I know a lot of people rated R. Amazing Joker movie. Great interpretation of that version of the Joker. It's still a great movie. Well, let's see what else there is to talk about, guys. So we know the Super Bowl is coming up this Sunday, so be on the lookout for commercials and trailers. Maybe a Mortal Kombat trailer. There's a small teaser about it. I saw the teaser. Go check it out. I assume you can find it. What else? I don't know what else. There's other movies. Maybe Suicide Squad, another trailer. I don't know. Well, maybe Zack Snyder final trailer. Zack Snyder's Justice League's final trailer or something. I'm trying to find more news for you guys. Because usually, as before, this show is all about the pop. It's usually short. Oh yeah, also, be on the lookout for a trailer possibly for Marvel's Eternals. It has it's gonna be different because you're not gonna recognize most of the characters. If you're a huge MCU Marvel Comics fan, you recognize the characters. But for the general, it's gonna introduce you a bunch of new characters to have. It has a great cast though. We got Angelina Jolie in it. You got two. If you watch Game of Thrones, you got two actors from Game of Thrones in it. Let's see, Kit Harington, Jon Snow, Richard Madden. What was his character? Richard Madden was in Game of Thrones, the son of Ned Stark. What was his character's name? I forget. Damn, I forgot his name. Richard Stark? No. Is it? Damn. I'm looking it up for you guys, his name. Wob Stark, yeah, Wob Stark. Wob Stark. Remember the Red Wedding? Remember that? The wedding, the Red Supper. Oh, I forgot. You remember that scene when him and his wife died, his mother died, all that. We got betrayed. So he's gonna be Eternals. Angelina Jolie. Who else? As I said, Kit Harington, Richard Madden, Humi Najari, Johnny Kingo. Selma Hayek. Whoa, is in it. Kit Harington, Gemma Chan. Gemma Chan is also in Captain Marvel as I forget the character, but she died in that movie. So she's gonna be in two Marvel movies as different characters. I think that's the first time ever. But maybe it'll be Eternal. Maybe it'll be Eternals trailer. But I think that movie might be coming out after Black Widow. No news on Black Widow if it's getting delayed or it's gonna be on Disney Plus. I think it's. I'm like a lot of people. I think the hype for that movie is really gone downhill. And I still think it could be a good movie, but the hype for it's gone down. Just put it on Disney Plus. Do what they can do for Mulan, a $30 thing if you can, and just let us watch it on Disney Plus, man. Just let us watch the movie, please. Just look at TV. Oh, so here's some news. So Flash has been renewed for season 8. I'm gonna go over. This is another article, guys. Another article. Let's go over it. I just found out now, guys. So let's do the share screen again. Here we go, guys. Let's read it. Let's read it, guys. Okay. So the Flash has been renewed for season 8. So I guess season 7 is not the ending for CW, but it renews 11 other shows. So let's go. Oh, Batwoman's getting renewed. So Flash, Batwoman's coming back for season 3. So I was proved wrong there. I didn't think it was going to make it past season 2, but they're getting a season 3. Legends of Tomorrow is getting a season 7. Well, there's season 7 already? Wow. And they also ordered additional episodes of the breakout hit Walker. Walker Texas Ranger. It's has the Walker Texas Rangers is a different series with Jared Padalecki from Supernatural is kind of taking Chuck Norris's role as Walker Texas Ranger. Wow, Superman and Lois is going to launch a 2-hour premiere event February 23rd. So later this month, Superman and Lois is going to be watched, and I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be interested. I'm going to watch Superman and Lois February 23rd. It's going to be up to 15 episodes. Okay. So what else? All American, Charmed, Dynasty, In the Dark, Legacies, Nancy Drew, Riverdale, of course, Roswell, and Roswell, New Mexico. Those premiere dates for each new season are expected to be announced at a later time. Okay. So I just read it now. So from the Arrowverse, Flash is getting season 8. Batwoman's getting a season 3. That proved me wrong there, man. What else? Legends of Tomorrow is getting a season 7. I thought it was less seasons than that. Well, it had. Superman and Lois is being a 2-hour premiere event February 23rd. So not long away from that show. 15 episodes, I believe they're having. Okay. So that's huge. That's huge. See what other news there is. Let's talk video game news. Maybe. Video game news. This is so. Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to be on the cover for MLB The Show 21. And some news. If you're a baseball fan like me, for the first time ever, MLB The Show is going to be cross-platform. It's going to be on a different console. Sorry about the stretching there. On a different console. It's going to be available on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. For the first time ever. So, for all those fans missing baseball on the other consoles, guess what? If you have an Xbox, you're able to get MLB The Show. Remember, MLB The Show was like the only baseball, besides RBI Baseball, was the only game, legit game of baseball available to play, and that was only on Sony. Now, if you have an Xbox, you'll be able to play MLB The Show starting this year. And EA Sports announced that NCAA is coming back. We don't know when, it just announced it's coming back, so we don't know if it's this year, next year, year after. They announced that coming back. I'm trying to look for more real game news. Let's go back to IGN. Because they have video game news, right? So let's go check IGN. So PlayStation, you see what they have on PlayStation? Nothing really major for PlayStation right now. I have some news for you. So, Nintendo Switch. I haven't played Nintendo Switch in a while, but starting next week, next Friday, if it comes on Friday, I'll be playing Nintendo Switch again because I pre-ordered Super Mario 3D from they had on the original Wii U edition, but this is coming on the Switch with the Bowser's Fury edition coming next next Friday, the 12th. So a week from tomorrow. That's when I'm getting the new Super Mario game. I'm gonna start streaming that. I'm gonna try to. Hoping my capture card will work again with the Switch, and I'll use it and stream that game on here, on YouTube with OBS, and hope to have you watch me play. I want to try to stream Xbox Series X on here using a capture card, but I'm not sure if my capture card could use the Series X Xbox. I have to try. And same with the PlayStation 5, but I've been streaming PlayStation 5 using the PlayStation 5 broadcast settings. But Xbox only you can use Twitch through the system. Hopefully in the future YouTube. Otherwise I have to use a capture card. Hopefully my capture card works with Xbox Series X. It does work with the PlayStation 4, it does work with the Switch, but hopefully I could do it with the Xbox Series X and the PS5. Because it's really better to use a capture card. But yeah, so next week, Super Mario 3D with the Bowser's Fury is coming next week to my house. And I'll be streaming that. And in the future I plan to get cards, like sports cards. I know it's all about the pop show, but sports cards, for example, look, this is from Opeachy, this is a Columbus Blue Jacket player, Vladislav Gurikov. Planning to do that more, I'm planning to get more of that. And then baseball cards. Also planning to get Lego sets. I had a Black Widow I showed you a couple weeks ago, Lego set. And wrestling cards. And so I'm gonna maybe in the future plan to put a poster or something back there so you can see something back there, a poster or something like a Marvel, DC, sports poster, whatever. And decorate my room a bit. It's I mean, you can't see everything in there, but my Switch is over there and with my controller. And you see the wires connected to the HDMI cables connected to the TV. My controller is there, my Switch is over there, my game's over there. You can't see everything there. And it's actually very naked there. So I want to kind of decorate this room in the future. Get posters and stuff. So a poster here, whatever. So decorate this room because most of the time I'll be streaming here. Sometimes I'll be streaming in another room where we won't have this. But this is my room, and I like to stream in my room because this is where I'm most comfortable with streaming and stuff. And so yeah, that's just my video. 46 minutes long, guy. So before I end this show, Saturday Why We Love Sports, episode 15, I believe. Episode 15, 14 or 15. I'll tell you the name. You'll see in the title. I got to edit the title for this. Okay, but be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for some videos. I'm going to explain the video by make a wrestling video if you're into wrestling on who edged the challenge at WrestleMania. And a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but I think this is the best road. I'll tell you why. Be on the lookout for streams, video game streams. Right? They can be random anytime, 1.5 time. If there's no sports game on, like baseball, basketball, hockey, or TV shows I want to watch, or shows on YouTube I want to watch, I'll stream then. I could do video game streams or just random streams. Take any questions from people. We'll talk about anything. No politics and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And be on the lookout for future videos of cards unpacking, unboxing from poly boxes or packs. And be on the lookout if I get a new Lego set, complete building, I'll show them off for you guys and stuff like that. And then video random stuff, right? Talk about topics of wrestling, sports, whatever. And then I'll show you some unpackings and unboxings of cards, Lego sets, video games. I do review movies. I'll show you video games I get, and video game movies. Stuff like that. Anything, random stuff. Be on the lookout for that. So I'll end my show here. So like, comment, subscribe below. Make sure to check out my show Saturday by We Love Sports. And I check out random streams random streams for real games. I know I'm saying this like over and over, random video game streams, or random streams we could chat. Look up our videos, packing, video game reviews, movie reviews, stuff like that, or wrestling topics wrestling topics I could talk about, wrestling pay-per-view previews, stuff. A lot of variety of stuff. Open book stuff. I don't want to talk about just one thing, so that's why I'm doing these shows, right? So, Why We Love Sports. As I said about the streams, we know Monday it's all about wrestling, and next Thursday. But it's all about pop culture. So thank, comment, subscribe down below, and you can find me in my Twitter down below. Aaron Jace fan. So yeah, thank you, and have a good afternoon, everybody. So thank you. Take care. Peace.